it's going to be explained in the New Testament by Bugsy and our reporter. Yes, we're going to change your sorrow into joy from generation. This is the reason why we celebrate Easter. God bless you. Let me see if we're ready back here.
Are we ready back here? Do we need microphones? Good. You know, okay. Come get it. Where are they at? I'll leave face on this one. Okay, let me get situated in that here. You awake? No. Wake up, puppets.
Too funny.
Supposed to be having an interview here, but I don't know where the reporter lady is.
Hi, Bugsy. I'm Sissy Wags from What Would Jesus Do news service, and my editor seems to think you may have some insight into the Easter story. Will you go on record with a few questions?
Sure, but wait a couple of seconds. I think we need to see something first.
All right.
Away goes sword against my shepherd, and against the man that is my fellow, saith the Lord of hosts. Smite the shepherd, and the sheep shall be scattered, and I will turn my hand unto the little ones.
So are you saying that these events were predicted by fortune tellers?
They were not fortune tellers. They were prophets. You know, men of God, right? You should get your facts straight first.
I don't understand. A sword? Smiting a shepherd? Scattered sheep? Something to think about. Ugh.
So, you see, they were predicting things before they were happening. You get it?
Yeah, I get it, but I have more questions.
I do. Okay.
He was oppressed, and he was afflicted. Yet he opened not his mouth. He is brought as a lamb to the slaughter, and as sheep before her shearers is dumb, so he opened not his mouth.
Oppression! Afflicted! How can this be? If that happens to me, someone's gonna hear about it.
All right, when he was brought before the chief priests and the elders, the charges against him, I can't find. He gave no defense. I don't see anywhere in here. I mean, what was the defense?
Just because he gave no defense does not mean he was guilty of anything. We all sure like to sue around here.
Therefore will I divide him a portion with the great, And he shall divide the spoil with the strong, because he hath poured out his soul unto death, and he was numbered with the transgressors. And he bare the sins of many, and made intercession for the transgressors.
What's this soul stuff? Death? Sin bearing? It's getting rough here. Pray for the sinners. I gotta go somewhere and think about this stuff.
My sources tell me that he had some accomplices crucified with him. What do you know about that, folks?
There were two thieves crucified at the same time, one on his left, one on his right. But they were not his followers. Well, actually, one was right before the end. He repented around the time before he died. So, kind of, yeah, but they weren't really followers until that moment. Well, just one that is.
Not all one of
And I will pour out upon the house of David and upon the inhabitants of Jerusalem the spirit of grace and of supplication. And they shall look upon me whom they have pierced. And they shall mourn for him as one mourneth for his only son, and shall be in bitterness for him as one that is in bitterness for his firstborn.
I kind of like the first part, where, oh my gosh. I can go for the first part, grace, prayer. Then you have to go throwing in that piercing and mourning and not good, not good. Poor fellow. You think he would went through enough already.
Is it true a soldier attacked Jesus while he hung on the cross? I don't understand it. He's already dying on the cross. Why attack him?
Well, it did happen, but there's a reason for things to happen. He was pierced in his side with a spear, and because of this, blood and water flowed from the wound, just like was prophesied so long ago. Prophesied, I mean. English is not my first language.
Bringing in the sheaves, he shall come rejoicing, bringing in the sheaves.
What is that I'm sensing? Is that you, God?
And it shall come to pass in that day, saith the Lord God, that I will cause the sun to go down at noon, and I will darken the earth in the clear day. And I will turn your feast into mourning, and all your songs into lamentations.
Do you have any idea why there are reports that it was night or it suddenly turned dark as night? But how? That makes no sense.
Of course it does. It makes perfect sense. It was a direct result of Jesus' death. You do realize this kind of was a big deal at the time? Jesus died!
God, did you say you're taking my song away?
No, I'm not taking your song. I'm changing it into song.
Oh, not my song? Whoa, I thought I would never sing again. What about this sun going down and the darkness during the day?
It is a time of sadness, so I'm going to make it a dark day.
Oh, that will happen.
So, Bunny, what do you know about fancy-smancy tunes and threads? Being provided for Jesus' burial by some rich guy named Joseph of Arimathea or something. I know he wasn't about worldly riches, so what's up with the tune?
Well, Jesus wasn't. But that didn't mean that one of his disciples, who was maybe more wealthy than the others, would not be willing to sit back and see Jesus buried in a pauper's tomb. Because that's where all the criminals were buried and where he was going to be. So, he gave him his own tomb.
And he made his grave with the wicked and with the rich in his death, because he had done no violence, neither was any deceit in his mouth.
You know, honey, I'm really trying to wrap my head around all this.